challenge, just like, is he gonna be able to stand up and really be like that lead figure of the household? And like you said, like, put me in my place sometimes. Like, I need that.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Player Pup. You know what time it is. Told you guys about Miles and about Karen, and this is my rant. Okay, so listen, we're gonna do the therapy after in the other reviews, okay? But this time we're gonna do a rant. I'm sorry, there's too much to go on. I need to vacate the feelings that I'm feeling. You understand? Alright? So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for a notification of the uploads. And we appreciate you guys who are returnees. Make sure you also grab your merchandise, Mineral Gang. I appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded. Alright, cool. So, today's particular episode, we saw Miles and Karen, I guess, again, go around in circles, dealing with the same kind of issues we've dealt with before. Dealing with the same old issues we've dealt with before, which is that Karen doesn't feel that Miles is this this is not this masculine kind of energy, right? It's not this.
I mean, you're a very strong, independent woman, so I think it's going to take like an alpha male presence, because I don't think you listen.
Oh,
Like, not in a
masculine male that she requires. Now, at points of what she was saying, I understood what she meant. Yeah, at points I understood. Yeah, because some of the way she was describing it, she wants a man that will, I guess, quote unquote, put her in her place. Let's deal with that. Let's deal with that segment, because that's where my rant is starting. I don't know where it's gonna end. All right, cool. So I understand. I want a man to put me in my place. Basically, I want a guy that's going to literally control the room. Yeah. So when it comes to me and you, and I'm dating you, I've got a certain aura or an energy where it's like, listen, if you're doing too much, listen, if you're doing too much in it, don't let me tell you again, innit?
give him that look, he's gonna be like, what do you need? How can I help you?
You kind of want him to be like,
Yeah.
this is what it is, or
Yes.
You want that kind of energy, right? And as she said herself, she wants a person that's going to be able to tell her, listen, you know, fall back, and she's going to fall back, right? Because as her friend described, Karen has alpha male, she needs an alpha male. Let me be very frank with you, she doesn't. Let me be very frank with you, Karen isn't an alpha female, so she doesn't require alpha male. I'm being very frank with you. Karen is someone who is able to, yes, state what she needs very clearly and articulately, but the lack of affection would not be qualifying for alpha female. Alpha females are not without affection. Let me just put that there. When you're socially awkward in that arena, when it comes to physical touch and stuff like that, you're not an alpha female. Let me just break that down to you right away, okay? She's not an alpha female, so let's kill that idea. But because we don't have the articulation of the words and I guess the theology or the psychology to kind of back it up, we've gone for alpha female. And let me just put it this very frankly, the friend of a Karen, I mean, she's a very beautiful lady. I've got a girlfriend, by the way, but I can appreciate the beauty that God has put on this earth. What I would say is very, very clear that she actually had a lot of sense for her friend, okay? And Karen needs more conversations like this with her friend. And we're going to break that down in another review when I really break it down, but I need to rant, I need to let this thing go. So this whole season, have we not heard two words? Not masculine, and I don't feel protected, and I don't feel like you're leading. Okay, that's more than two words, but I'm just taking it down.
one is like someone I can laugh with, someone that I can communicate with, and then someone that gives me like that masculine energy that like.
And also as well, feeling like, you know, his emotions are too much. Yeah? Now, this is what I want to make very, very clear. Alpha males, unfortunately, okay, can seem like they lack sensitivity. It's the absolute truth. If you've ever dealt with a proper alpha male, they can seem like they lack sensitivity and lack some type of emotional intelligence. Not that they don't have any. Let me make that very clear. It's not that they don't have emotional intelligence. They may come across less emotionally intelligent because that's not the scope of their prowess. The scope of a prowess of an alpha male, okay, is the ability to make actions over words. The ability of an alpha male is to use the resources around him and the people around him to his advantage. The advantage of an alpha male is to benefit from a system that is around him. For instance, if I used to roll with a couple guys, and I call them alpha males, right? Because the way they're able to manipulate, the way they're able to persuade, the way they're able to get people to do their bidding, that is alpha male. Right? Whether they do it for good or whether they do it for bad, that is alpha male. They're able to utilize the system around them, okay, which is people or resources, people, their finances, their time, their energy. They're able to utilize those people, persuade them to do what they need them to do. Do you understand? The alpha male is about delegating. He just knows how to delegate and get people to do what he wants them to do. Right? That's the graciousness of an alpha male. When you ever meet an alpha male, when it comes to them in relationships as well, yeah, they are very, I would say, I don't want to say demanding, but they can have a little bit of demand in there. But they once they said it, it's done. Listen, they're not going to flex on this thing. I've said it. It is what it is. Yeah, and so it can seem like they lack this emotional intelligence. So this is my point, and I want to make this point very clear. Okay. Miles will never be the alpha male. If Karen's looking for an alpha male, Miles will never be the alpha male that he thinks he should be. Let me make it very, very clear.
Today, like, I'm a man, you know, I'm driven. I'm gonna do all the things that are necessary that a man's supposed to do, you know. I am that dude. I know nothing but to be myself. I think
he will never be it. An alpha male, it's instinctive. The alpha male is instinctive. Me, myself, I'm not alpha male. Let me be very frank with you, I'm not. I don't fall into that category. I fall into the more the sigma male, right? I like to do my own kind of thing. If you're a little bit lost by what I'm saying right now, alpha, sigma, delta, omega, zeta are kind of obviously these are Greek terms or whatever. But basically these are also fall into people's kind of like, I don't know how to know, is it sexual energy? Is it the way that they think, the way they move, their personality traits and types? Type it in Google, you'll find it there. And so when Karen's looking for this alpha male who will dominate, hold a position, delegate, be leading all the time, yeah, that kind of male, I understand why there's an attraction there. In fact, a lot of women are attracted to alpha males because when they look at society, we are a society that is constructed around alpha males, right? But the problem here is that not being able to recognize that alpha males aren't always the leaders. That if you don't recognize that, you will miss the opportunity of a great guy. So this is for the ladies especially. Alpha males, okay, are not in competition with sigma males, but sigma males are just as cunning, smart, intelligent as the alpha male. They just do things differently. And you know them. You call them the bad boys. When I say bad boys, not like your bad boys, but they are the guys that go against the grain of life, okay? They're the guys that kind of like, they are mysterious. They seem to always do things on their own. They are the guys that are deeply intelligent, that think about things, they observe things, and they move with a confidence, but you don't necessarily see them like they're not the extroverted type like you see with alpha males, right? Alpha males are very bravado. I'm out there, puff the chest. That's why I say Miles is never gonna be that, bro. Like, so when Karen's saying obviously I want my man to have a plan to do, those are things are not even alpha male. They are male things in general. I need you to deep this. Listen, protection is a male thing. To have a plan is a male thing. Okay, to lead a household is a male thing. It's got nothing to do with you being, okay, more masculine or less masculine. There are men here who want to lead a home, but what she's asking for is a type of male, okay, not one that's abusive. I'm not going to say that, no, but a type of male that she's looking for. Miles ain't it.
Need you to be comfortable stepping up as the man of the house. Mm-hmm. Like, we always have a solid plan.
And this is why I feel like the relationship is going to end badly and crash and burn, because Miles thinks he can be that kind of guy. Sir, let me put it very frank in my rant, and I'll explain this in the therapy because we'll actually deep dive it and dissect it properly when we have time. Listen, bro, you are never going to be that guy. Look, when I say leading plans, leading the household, those things, you can do it. But she's not actually just asking for that. There is a hidden undercover underneath there, okay? She's looking for this level of assertiveness that will... I remember I heard a little person say to me, a woman said to one time on a particular debate show, said, I need a man that will tell me to shut up. Now, it's not that she needs a guy necessarily to say shut up, but he needs to have that kind of energy. Miles will never have that energy, okay? He will never have that energy. Miles can be assertive. He can tell you what it is. Miles can tell you, listen, I don't like this or don't like that. But just quite frankly, just as the friend explained to Karen, Miles would be the type of person to say, what's wrong? What do you need? Rather than say, listen, stop that nonsense. He's not going to be like that. He's going to try to understand the psyche of the individual person because he's a helper. His nature is to help people. His nature isn't to assert to people. Look, there are people that like leading a multitude. There are people that like leading themselves. There are people that like to follow. Understand? So you have to understand what category you fall into. Okay? There are leaders of men, leaders of self, and there are followers. You understand? And even within that, there's dissensions within that. So Miles is not that guy that's going to command and lead like that. He still leads, it's just not in the way that Karen wants it to be. Do you feel what I'm saying? It's never going to be that partay. So right now, he's actually signing a death warrant by saying, I'm going to be this way. Because actually, although he's hearing what she's saying, that to lead the household, to have a plan, those things, yeah, they should be natural things with the mind. Listen, when I'm me, yeah, I know that, okay, cool, look, this is what I need to do. I need to do this, that, that's my plan. All right, cool. When you come into my life, this is my vision. Hey, when I lost my job, I said to Babes, listen, babe, I don't know what you're thinking, but I got to do this YouTube thing. We had a discussion about it. She's like, I'm not sure that's where you have to go. And she said, you still want to apply for jobs? I said, listen, no, darling, listen. I believe what vision I have, and this is the vision I'm going for. I've got to run with it. Either you're with it or you're not. Here's a plan. This is how I'm going to achieve my goals. Either you're with it or you're not with it. Do you understand? Because as a man, every man should have a plan and a vision for their life, first and foremost. And if that person is truly for you, they should get on board. Or leave it alone. Do you see me? Yeah? Get on board or leave it alone, sir. Now, in the case of obviously Miles and Karen, I really feel like she thinks that his need for attention and need for caressing and need for touch and feely, okay, is not as feminine for her. It's not natural for her. So this is going to, unless this is addressed and information and knowledge is implanted into Karen's head, this is a crash and burn system. It's a crash and burn exercise, because what's going to happen is after the 16 weeks they've had, they say if they say yes or whatever they say, after that, you're left now without cameras, no experts, nothing like that. All right, cool. Now you got to work it out. And at this point, Miles has got two choices. Either he takes the reins, the way he knows how to take the reins, or he goes, I surrender and I let Karen lead the team. Yeah? And at that point, you could have died emotionally. Do you get me? Because, bro, at the moment, you're 16 weeks in and you still haven't received what you need. And you've stated what you need. You haven't had to shout it. You've explained it and it's still not being done. And I'll tell you why it's not being done. Because just as the friend said, listen, Karen, you are hard of hearing.
I mean, you're a very strong, independent woman. So I think it's going to take like an alpha male presence, because I don't think you listen.
Oh,
Like, not in
It's hard of hearing. She hears, but she ain't listening. She hears you, but she ain't listening. It's not going in. And the reason why is because she sees you as less of a man. That's why she keeps talking about masculinity. I'm not saying it. This is what she's saying, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So that's why now Miles is frustrated about his masculinity, because at the end of the day, the guy has said, listen, I'm a man. Like, why is it that I've got to say at the end, I'm a man? Like, yo.
Today, like, I'm a man, you know, I'm driven. I'm going to do all the things that are necessary that a man's supposed to do, you know. I am that dude. I know nothing but to be myself. I think.
Do you have to deep the disrespect, you know? You have to deep the disrespect. And see, when that kind of thing happens, you got to nuke that person straight away. You got to let that person know. Listen, you got to ring, and this is where I'm going to agree with Karen. You've got to wring a neck. I mean, wring a neck. Listen, I'll agree with a point in this respect. When the person is now questioning your masculinity simply on the basis of what they feel like masculinity should be, okay, yeah? Bro, you have to wring the neck and say, Karen, are you all right? You look in the eyes and say, are you all right? I'm a man, you know. Don't play with me. Never play with me. Listen, either you respect me or you leave me. Done. Bro, don't play with her, because the moment you play with this girl, she will catch fire. You understand? And she'll spit it back at you, bro. So that is Miles' task. And again, that assertiveness, that energy, it comes with a lifestyle. Like, many of us who are that abrasive have lived a certain lifestyle. We've grown up in a certain environment. So there's a way that we say certain things. There's a way that we do it. There's an energy to it, right? Miles is not that way inclined. And if he gets to that place, it can be very hard to find the balance. And this is what I'm saying, it's going to be a struggle. If Miles decides, okay, I'm going to go, and I'm talking about that with your voice, not with your actual hand, please don't get me messed up. If Miles starts doing that with his actual voice and the energy and carrying it, can he do it at a balance? Because the trouble here is that when you go against the grain of what you're used to normally doing, yeah, and being assertive, you can lose yourself early on. And the trouble is here is that if you lose yourself early on and you say and do some stuff in that season where it's not correct and it goes beyond the point of you being assertive and now you being rude and mean and ugly with it, that you can lose your partner. So then you stay where you are, you're dead. You go too far, you're dead. It's about finding that balance, bro. And so that's where it can be very, very difficult. And that's why I'm annoyed at Karen in the fact she keeps on questioning the masculinity, because that's an excuse to question things that don't need to be questioned. But I also understand her point in the sense of, bro, if you don't wring her neck, and I'm saying, listen, bro, like, you shouldn't have to do this. Let me be very frank. You shouldn't have to wring her neck. You shouldn't have to. There should be a common decency of respect, and sometimes we all make mistakes. But if you're having to say from the very jump, I need someone that's gonna wring my neck, I need a person that's gonna make sure that they put me in my place, yeah? That should let you know that your behavior's out of freaking pocket. That should let you know you're now aware of your out of pocket behavior and you're not taking responsibility for your actions. You're saying, that part of me is toxic and I'll leave it as it is. Take me as I am. Take me as I am. Are you right, blood? Even Christina, who was on your team, Karen, was telling us that she knew that behavior was wrong. I shouldn't have to put you in your place. You should have a common decency and respect from yourself and for me as your partner. But you don't have it. And this is a problem for Miles, because the attraction that she has for him is linked to her respect for him. She has no respect for him, so the attraction's leaking, bro. That's why you're not getting no touchy, that's why you're getting no sexy, that's why you're getting no pumpy, bro. I'm just being real. She said it herself.
We kissed. I think it was a struggle in the beginning. Part of it was, I felt like he wasn't like 100% keeping it real. I felt like he was just trying to be like...
That's why she can't kiss, because she doesn't respect him. No, Miles, let me tell you something. There are so many women out there that are respecting you already. Okay? There are so many women out there that just want someone to be nice, kind, loving, caring, acts of service, and would give you back what you needed. But unfortunately, the experts have put you as somebody who's willing to take and is in need of someone to put their arms around her, squeeze her by the neck and tell her, listen, behave yourself. We don't need that. And I'm talking about that verbally. I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about verbally and emotionally. She needs someone to go like this, verbally and emotionally, before she gets put in place. It's problematic. And I know many women that will say, I agree with Karen, and I need it too. No. What you need is to check yourself. You shouldn't have to be in that place. Because if a man came to me and told me, listen, I need a woman that's going to keep me in check, I'm going to be like, bro, if you can't keep yourself in check, what makes you think that in 10 years' time you'll keep yourself in check? If you need a girl that's going to stop you from cheating, let me tell you something, you're going to cheat in 10 years' time. Because if you're using her as why you're going to stop cheating, it won't last long. It won't last long. The reason why people cheat is not because of their partner, it's because of your self-discipline. You had a desire, not your partner. No partner wants their other partner to go and cheat. You understand? So understand, if you don't have this mindset yourself, if you're not able to check yourself, I'm telling you now, it'll get to a point when he's checking you won't listen, because it's you. You don't feel like you have to listen to him. In 10 years' time, this is going to be a different conversation. It's all sexy now, having a guy tell you to put you in your place, but I'm telling you now, if you don't have that respect for yourself, to respect the man that you're in with right now, what makes you think you're going to respect him when he's laying the law down? You don't have that kind of energy anyway. So, I just had to rant and get that out, bro. There's so much more I could rant about. But do you know what? I appreciate Karen's friends. We'll deal with that in a second. I want to the rubbing of the feet situation, the calling of kiddos still, bro. Like there's a lot. So we're gonna have to break it down in different videos. You know what? We did 4 last week. I might do 5 this week. I don't know. You understand? But there's a lot to dissect, a lot to break down. Nobody take it personally, but take it personally. I appreciate you. It's Little Black Book 91. We're signing out. I hope you liked the review. It's a quick rant. Let's get into the therapy. I've calmed down now. I appreciate you. Stay locked. Stay loaded. More love.